Shining star, I long to see you and hear.
My name's Lucas Meachem, and I'm a professional opera singer. I guess at heart, I'm just a Southern guy who made it in a very classy art form. I was born in Raleigh, actually, and then grew up my first formative years in Cary, North Carolina. Then I went to middle school and high school down in Cameron, North Carolina, living in Carthage, Moore County area.
As a child, Lucas was very vivacious, to say the least. So when the nieces and my daughters would get together, they would always have like a little play or a little skit they would do, kind of how little girls do, you know, and they would come dancing out and they'd have a little thing and they would dance and stuff. And Lucas, he comes bounding out like he's gonna act out the whole thing as well. He's like, I can do this. And he never felt embarrassed about it. That's the thing. It was just his second nature. We just knew he was going to do something like that in his future.
Lucas sang from the time he was about, he would talk and you know, do the normative things that children do. And then he started singing, and we used to dance around the kitchen and sing. It was just wonderful.
I grew up singing every chance I got, but just as naturally, you know, not anything too special. And then I got into high school choir and thought, wow, here's an outlet for my singing where they encourage this sort of behavior. And it's funny, I showed up in the high school choir being kind of the best singer there, and I just started and I thought, wow, this is cool, I'm the best at something without having to work that hard at it. And then I thought, what if I worked a little harder at this? And I did. So every place I went, all of a sudden I arrived and was one of the best people there, if not the best singers there. And now I'm at the Metropolitan Opera, and I'm one of the, well, I'm there, which means you're kind of made it in a lot of ways.
It's really gratifying to see how much pleasure he derives from his work and how he's been able to achieve what would seem to be a far-fetched dream for a rural kid going to a relatively medium-sized high school in rural North Carolina.
This is one of our students, and look where he is and look what he's doing. And he's come so much further now. We're beyond proud, beyond proud.
When I was in high school, my mom gave me a Three Tenors tape. It sort of put opera on the map. And I got this Three Tenors tape, and here was something I couldn't imitate. And I thought, this is really interesting. I'm gonna try and do that. And so I did. It just took me a long time.
We met a few years ago at Mill City Summer Opera. He was just this big person, had this big personality. He was so enthusiastic about rehearsing, and I was a little overworked. And then he started to sing.
Oh, shining star, I long to see you.
And it was the most beautiful thing I had ever heard. And I wanted to get to know him better. I wanted to talk to him. And then he invited all of us out to go to sing karaoke, which is his favorite thing to do. And that night I knew he was gonna be my husband one day.
Working with my wife, it's the best collaboration I've ever had in my life. And we had to learn a common language to be able to work together, but we got through that very quickly. And now it's just all, we read each other's minds on stage. And I think it's a really a special thing for an audience to be able to see.
I'm bound away.
I've known Lucas for about 20 years now, so I think we're also excited to have Lucas Meachem come and be in residency for the week.
So I am so excited to be here with all of you. I'm so excited to talk to you, and honestly, what I really hope you all take from this is that when you breathe, you can sing. It's just simple. And everything else that gets in the way of singing, you need to kind of alleviate and just let the artistry comes out.
In some ways, the students will look at themselves and maybe see that dream or that little glimmer of hope in becoming an opera singer, and they'll say, hey, you know, Lucas did it, maybe I can do it too.
There you go. When you open your mouth, your sound comes out so much more. That's really great. That's much better.
Now I have a little bit more confidence that I just need to go and do what I know I need to do and just do it.
What I want an audience to take away from my performances is definitely realness. People go to the opera to be entertained, but they also go to the opera for the same reason people go to movies or watch Netflix. They want to be taken out of their real world. They want to be taken out of their norm. If I can take them to that place with me, then I've succeeded in my art form. And then on top of that, I have to be comfortable in a wig and makeup and a heavy costume and sing perfect and have perfect Italian diction and know the history of the piece. So there's a lot that goes on underneath the surface, but I have to learn all of those things in order to forget it in the moment and just be.
Across the wide Missouri.
Mostly I'm so proud of the fact that Lucas is still a part of this community, that he comes back to this community.
He remembers his roots and how important those are to him. And that's pretty special to those of us who watched him grow up.
Well, to come back to the place that I went to high school, I sat right over there in choir. It just brings back so many memories, so many wonderful memories of just the beginning stages, that beautiful, youthful ignorance of what the future might hold. And to think back on that and now see where this Lucas is today is just, that kid had no clue. I'm traveling the world for a living. I'm creating art as a profession. And don't get me wrong, it is amazingly fun, but it's also a tremendous amount of work. And what set me up to be able to do that work is the hard work ethic that was instilled in me by my mom, by my dad, by my stepfather. They're the ones that gave me the ethic, the work ethic, to be able to succeed in the way that I have.
He's been a lot of fun to see grow up, and you never know what your kids are going to do. And this kid kind of blew me away.
I was overcome with pride, with joy, because it's his passion, and he was knocking it out of the ballpark.
What makes it special to me is what I get out of it from other people. When I sing to people, I see their faces light up. And to be able to share that experience with people and them share joy with me, I just feel like that's kind of what life's all about, is sharing as much joy as you can. You give somebody your gift, and they take that gift, and they take it with them. And then they spark joy for someone else. And I think that's probably what I love most about singing.